Namaste all. Somebody asked me to do a reading on Ramakrishna and about 2 or 3 other teachers, so we'll see. But and I do have an image of a Kali temple behind him, which just seemed very appropriate for Ramakrishna. All right, so let's see what happens with him. This will be very interesting, and I have read one of his books. It was more about his life, and of course heard a lot about him, so that's about it. But definitely have a feeling of him. But again, as I've said, it just doesn't matter. You know, what will come will come. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so right away the pendulum has quite a strong buffer of energy around him. It feels, what is the word? Gosh, I heard Christian, which is very strange, and maybe that's because of like Mother Mary or Mother. Okay, so he was very devoted to Mother in him, and that was the feeling immediately. Okay, so Mother Earth, Mother, just a mother feeling right away. Let's see, deathless man, really, in many ways, deathless, living at time when he was, oh, okay, so he was very open in his mind to and heart to energy, truly. Okay, so he lived that way, and the feel is just very much open. I mean, everything just he felt in him strongly. See if this is correct. Yes, so you know, nothing that really clothed him or nothing there that was really protecting. He just didn't seek any kind of protection like a lot of people do around them, if I need to protect myself from this and that and the other. And it's saying, yes, like this is just not something that he just, it wasn't there for him, not at all. Okay, and it wasn't like it was a philosophy, it was just him. You know, he wasn't like, okay, I'm going to not protect myself. It was just there. He just was an open, vast land, really, is what is felt. Okay. So worshipped Kali. This is his main, one of the bigger connections that came to him was at the temple of Kali where he was working. He was prostrating there. He was doing some care of the deities, in which he fell into a deep trance-like state, and he prostrated there at her feet of Divine Mother, where she ran her energy through him. Ran it through him, okay? And there he became entwined, is the word in this dance with Kali. Entwined as a mother would be with a son, really. You know, when I say mother to son, I mean that in a way that is, I know this is hard to understand, but in the way that it would be more like a dance of two in union of beauty, joy, and love. Mother to son in a pure way of that dance. Okay, so this was his devotion, it was her, really. It was his joy, it was his love, it was his food, it was his you know, mercy is what's heard. She rained her mercy on him, and he felt that she was there to bring about all goodness to him, in which he radiated this energy of, you know, I'm hearing Black Mother, which, you know, as we know, Kali can be dark in her skin or her outer appearance, yet inward is the greatest blessing if one opens to it. And okay, so he was there prostrating at her feet in his heart all the time. Okay, and okay, so Ramakrishna is, you know, Krishna devoted to love, truly, a pure love. Again, as one would just embrace the most precious friend, really, is where he lived. Okay, so this was a dance of two with him. So it wasn't like it was a non-dual thing. Okay, so this is what's happening as a pendulum saying, no, it was a dance of two that could be probably at its finest point, in which it was bhakti, pure bhakti, or which is divine love for another. Was this man Ramakrishna? Okay, so we'll see, it's coming out. He gave with his way of being. He gave energy to others that were around him. He gave his again, it's energy, but also his way of communication through or with Kali Mother is what came forward, which was deep and mysterious, and like a force, really, of this dark substance that gave others a certain groundedness, a certain I guess, you know, when I want to say power, maybe some cities came for them more than likely. Okay, so again, this buffer field is around him of this mother energy. Right, so anything more about his life? Let's see. So interestingly enough, no. Okay, so let's see again where his consciousness is now. Let's see if this is okay to ask. Yes, he lives, oh boy, okay, he lives in light. He lives in light and love and joy, really. So he's fine, quite fine, really. He lives in love and light and joy, and he, with his, okay, you can feel spikes like the sun coming out from him. Sun energy, love energy. Okay. So I wonder if there's anything more. Let's see if there's anything that's really important now with Ramakrishna. One can feel a heaviness, a balance there in his heart. Okay. Okay, so I'm also hearing he purposely chose to live as two this way. He purposely chose it, like consciously, like this was where he wanted to be in his, it was his rhyme, it was his reason, it was his fullness, it just gave all to him. He didn't want to leave that dance of two. Okay, so that was a conscious thing. And in him, though, there was still great stillness, there was peace, there was all of that, okay? And so with his death, he was, okay, one can see it's going around his throat where he had some throat issues, throat sickness, and Okay, so that's what brought the body down, but one can see with the pendulum still being here, his consciousness was not brought down. His consciousness remained in love, light, and joy. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else. Still saying yes. I just never quite know. I'm done, but a lot of times the reading isn't okay. So let's see what happens. Okay, so his words were honey-like, with sweet words. Not a man, though, that would always be... Okay, I do hear he did some smoking. It could be tobacco, but he was not a man that would always be, though... he was raw in many ways, okay, as well. So he would also come out raw. Let's see if this is correct. Raw, like this is this is absolutely raw, okay, and just that's what came from him. Again, it would be unvarnished, unclothed, unprotected. Okay, this was his way. It just came from his pores that way. Okay, so thinking of, oh boy, thinking of mama, thinking of mother, thinking mother in his entire system. Okay, that's mother, and that's it. It's nothing else but that for him. That just was him, really. He became that in many ways, in an interesting way. He did dress like Kali at times. He just... It wasn't anything that was unnatural to him. It was just him, one can say. And what came from it was this great example of bhakti, of a bhakti person or man or swami, that, or sannyasi. Okay, it just bloomed there. And again, it wasn't anything he like made a choice. It was really choiceless in him. Let's see if that's true. That's very true. It just came in a spontaneous way through his being. Okay, so it's ending now, and there we have it. Ramakrishna. Have a good day. Bye.